Hi friends, I'm Yamini. Welcome back to the Saffron Box, your astrology channel. And today I'm back again with this video where I'm going to be talking about the month of June 2020. How is it going to be for all of us? This is a special month, a very interesting one because it sees two eclipses, a lunar one, a lunar eclipse on the 5th of June, and on the 21st of June you see a solar eclipse as well. Now it's very unusual that two eclipses happen within a period of a fortnight. So they are hardly about 15 to 16 days apart, and two eclipses happening at such a close gap. And this month is also interesting because on the 18th of June, from the 18th till the 24th, there is a situation, there's a state of retrogression for about 6 planets. So a very interesting month, and believe me, each day is interesting here. And anyways, we are all looking at some kind of a change which should come up, or positive change from the given situation, I think, which will come up in this month. There are changes, or there are going to be revisions in the way which we are functioning, in the way which we are planning, we are acting, we are feeling. So there's so many planets, whenever they go into retrogression, there is a lot of re-element. So reevaluate, rethink, redo, right? So they give us an opportunity to actually revisit everything which we are doing, and 6 of them together coming into retrograde motion. Though this entire period is going to be for about 7 days only, but it's the impact is going to be there almost on the whole month. So quite an interesting month. If we look at the eclipses, see, during the eclipses also sun and moon are impacted. So whenever the luminaries are impacted, it's an important time for us, because sun, as we know, is the natural atma karaka. Sun is the significator of the soul, of our health, of our being. Moon is our mind, moon is our emotions. And whenever there's an eclipse here, there are some results which happen. Some results come when the lunar eclipse is happening. The results are kind of quick to see. But for the solar eclipse, we can say that yes, I mean, you cannot expect something to happen right on that day. The almost the entire month around the eclipse is somewhat affected. So one cannot say that yes, today the eclipse has happened, and by end of day the results will be shown. So that is not how it works with the solar eclipse as well. Right. So if we quickly have a look at the planetary positions, planetary movements which are going to be happening in the month of June 2020, beginning with Sun. Sun is going to be moving into the sign of Gemini on the 13th of June. So currently it's in Taurus. It's conjunct with Venus. Now talking about Venus, Venus is in retrograde motion, and it is in retrograde from the 13th of May till the 24th of June. Right. Then we have Mercury. Mercury currently, Mercury will get into retrograde motion in the sign of Gemini from the 18th of June till the 12th of July. So almost a month over there. Then we have Mars. Mars moves into the sign of Pisces. Currently it's in Aquarius. So from Aquarius it's it's going to be moving to Pisces on the 17th of June. Mars is the only planet which is not getting retrograde anytime soon. Then we have Jupiter. It's already begun its retrograde motion back into the sign of Sagittarius, and on the 30th of June it re-enters its sign of Sagittarius, leaving Capricorn altogether. Then we have Saturn, anyways, in retrograde motion in its own sign of Capricorn. Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is in the sign of Gemini. It has just recently moved out of its own nakshatra of Adra into the nakshatra of Mrigashira. So it's left its own nakshatra. That's been a huge relief. And then we have Ketu doing its course in the nakshatra of Mula in the sign of Sagittarius. So that's about the planets, the movement of the planets this entire month. There is also a breakage of the Kal Sarpa Yoga which is happening in the month of June, right? So all the planets which were hemmed between the Rahu and Ketu axis, now slowly and gradually the planets are going to move out of its axis, with Mercury paving way, and then gradually with Venus, and thereafter all the planets move out, and the next month Sun also moves out of the sign of Gemini, right? So there is going to be a lot of upheaval, a lot of change, unexpected results in some parts of your life, in some parts of the world, and a lot of changes. So it's like a churning about which is happening out here, and new rules, new ways, new order of the world, which anyways there's been a lot of talk about, is going to come into being, right? Now beginning with the 12 signs, and what is going to be the impact of all this planetary movement and the eclipses is what I'm going to be talking about. So I'll begin with Aries. See, for Aries, the first eclipse which is coming up is in the house of is in the 8th house, where Scorpio is there, and it is happening in the Jyeshtha nakshatra, right? So unexpected things, unexpected results is something which you have to be ready for. Suddenly things come which are totally out of your hand, out of your imagination, and you tend to deal with them. There is also a possibility of since Sun, Rahu and Mercury together are conjoining in your 3rd house, which is the house of communication, the house of new ideas, new thoughts, new journeys, new beginnings, subconsciously as well. So this month will see you getting into new stuff. So you experiment with new things, you experience new things, you meet new people, you connect with something totally new. So you could pick up a new art, you could pick up some hobby or some creative stuff also, as well as you could begin your journey. Now when I talk about journey here, it's not a physical journey, a journey into anything new. It could be a virtual journey, it could be a journey inwards, right? So you could begin your journey towards a new path, and this month really supports you over there. But while all this is happening, you should be a little careful of how you speak in public, how your words are interpreted by people. That is very, very important. So this month you use a lot of technology, which anyways a lot of us are doing. Technology enabled learning is something which is on the cards. And one thing which is there is that you have to be careful about your relationships with your siblings and your immediate neighbors. So there could be some issues, some unexpected results in these areas, in these relationships as well. So one has to be very, very careful over there. Be careful about what you discuss and how you discuss with these people, with your neighbors, with your siblings, right? Spiritual practices, the second half of the month will see you more spiritually inclined. You feel like meditating, you feel like listening to good updesh, good words from gurus, enhancing your spiritual insights, right? And this could also be a period of change, as in whatever work you had been doing, now you get to see the results. You see more activity in your social circle, at work. Maybe this is a time you have a career where you get back to work. So this is also a possibility. You're working from home, now you move out finally and mingle around with people, and things start becoming back to normal, back to usual, the way they were before. So there's a high probability of that happening. Changes could happen at work. And remember, your Lagnesh is also changing signs. So Mars is the ruler of Aries, and this month it is moving out of Aquarius into the sign of Pisces. So the second half of the month is also very important. Be a little careful on the expenditure front. By the second half of the month, any impulsive spends, any impulsive expenditure should be avoided. Now moving on to the sign of Taurus. For Taurus, if you see in your Lagna only, we have Venus, that is your Lagnesh, being in retrograde motion. Then the second house, Sun, Rahu, and Mercury are conjoining, and the solar eclipse happens there in the second house. The eighth sign, the seventh house, has the lunar eclipse. The results are going to be shown over there. So be a little careful with regard to your partner's health. That's very, very important. And your business partner, your relationship with your business partner also has to be seen. Do not make mistakes, do not make hasty decisions or be judgmental about people. Try to contain your emotions. So whatever you are feeling, whatever you want to believe in, feel in, and express out, I think try to weigh everything. Don't be hasty about it, because that is something which could harm your partnership, which could harm your business, which could harm your marriage also. So you have to be very, very careful over there. Now, family matters are also something which are going to take up the limelight this month. So you discuss your plans with your family. Maybe there's a movement which is pending in the near future. You're about to shift, or there are some major movements happening within the family or for family members. So you have to be very, very sure that you speak to your family in a very cool and composed manner. Sun and Rahu together, and the planet Mercury. Mercury is a planet of communication. It's in his own house, and Sun and Rahu there, they are malefics. So what happens is, suddenly you see that you have lost temper. Sudden results come up here. So around the time of the eclipse, around the time of the solar eclipse, that is around the 21st of June, you need to be very careful about how you are dealing with your family. How are you deciding things related to finances, related to your liquid cash. So that is something which you have to be very, very careful about. Your father's health also is something which you need to see and keep a tab on. If in your marriage there are some troubles which are already brewing, you have some troublesome marriage, or there's some disturbance there, then this month will bring about some changes. Now whether they are positive or negative is something which is dependent on your chart, but lot of changes are seen over here, right? Some money which is stuck, which you were looking at recovery, could also make its way back into your pocket. So some good news there. The focus is finance and relationships, as I mentioned. Now moving on to the sign of Gemini. See, Gemini, this is a very, very important month for you, and even the next. So this month sees the solar eclipse in your first house, with Sun, Rahu, Mercury, Lagnesh in the first house itself, going retrograde. Mercury, that is, going retrograde on the 18th of June. Then we have Rahu there. Then we have Sun there. So a lot of energy. You feel very authoritative. You feel that yes, I can do this. I can have my way around. Sometimes it can just pump you up or fill you up with a lot of false sense of ego also. So be very, very careful about how you're conducting yourself. So keep your head on the ground, stay on Mother Earth, and then move about doing your jobs, right? So that is something. Keep the ego out of any relationship or any dealings, because this this conjunction in the first house is not so good. So this entire month you have to be very, very careful. Then there could also be some amount of misunderstandings in the family. So that the family issues also have to be seen and handled properly. Then the lunar eclipse, the 5th of June, the lunar eclipse which we are seeing, that is also happening in your 6th house. So you're going to be taking care of your health. That's very important. If your daily routine is not set, if your daily routine is not so healthy, I would suggest that you work on your daily routine, waking up on time, sleeping on time. All these things have to be seen. Take care of your sleep routine, your eating routine, what you eat, how you go about your work every day. That is something which you should definitely work on, in this entire period, in this entire month where all these eclipses are going to be happening. There might be some hidden opposition. So hidden enemies, people who are sweet to you on your face but do not mean well. So stay away. Wherever you have doubts, you don't know how the other person is going to be behaving, or there is some doubt, or there is some crack in some relationship. Try to evaluate, try to be a little careful about whom you're mingling with, whom you're sharing your innermost feelings with. That's very important. And it's not a good idea to sign any new contracts or new agreements this month. I would, because there are two eclipses, I would advise you to stay away from it till the second eclipse also comes off. So that is the first week of July as well. So if you can pend something, do pend it. If you cannot, then obviously you have no other way but to go ahead with a good muhurat, and then look for an opportunity, look for a date to sign up any new contracts or new agreements, right? Then we have the sign of Cancer. The next sign for Cancer, if you see, the Lagnesh is getting stuck in a eclipse, right? So the ascendant lord, which is moon, is anyways getting eclipsed now. This is a time where you need to keep a balance. For Cancer people, anyways, they are very emotional and very, very sentimental people. So it's very important that you keep your balance, you keep your sense of cool, and composure is to be maintained around you. So whatever be the situation, try to handle your emotions properly. So emotional issues, or getting over emotional, over sentimental, or hypersensitivity, all these things could be the theme of this month. So try to maintain your emotions, try to take help from people who can help you out in various situations, whether it's a business issue, work issue, or a family issue, or within the family also, within the four walls, confines of your house also. If you feel that you are getting stuck with things, if you're just overworked, stressed out because of something, connect with your spouse, connect with your near and dear ones. Do not go into a shell, right? So make connections with people and seek help. Take help when you get it, also when it's being offered to you as well. So the second half of the month is going to be a little better for health. You feel a little more courageous, you feel a little more motivated to do some stuff. Colleagues will help you. So this is a month where the problem or whatever the issue is going to be there, it's going to be more or less emotional or mental within you. Now it also depends a lot on the strength of the moon in your chart. If the natal moon in your chart is strong enough, you will take it all easily. But if it's not so strong, if it's weak, I would suggest that you do some moon remedies, and as I said, take help. So whatever you are doing from home, I think that will be good enough, that will give you good rewards. If you're working from home, continue doing so. If you are if you run a business from home, or do something from the four walls of your home, I think that will be better for you this entire month. Take care of your mother's health as well, take care of your father's health also around the solar eclipse. That is something which you have to be careful about. Also, if we see the other planets this month, we have Mars. Now Mars is a good planet for the sign of Cancer. Mars is moving into your 9th house, right? So from your 8th, it's moving on to your 9th house. That is happening in the second half of the month. So luck will support you, fortune will favor you, but all this is going to be coming up in the second half. So be prepared for that. The first half you have to hold tight and just stick to whatever you're doing. Then moving on to the sign of Leo. See, for Leo also, since the ascendant lord is sun, all these things are there, but sun is a very strong planet. Eclipsing the sun is not so easy, it's not so soft. So anyways, sun is in the sign of Gemini when the solar eclipse happens, and for you the ascendant lord sun is conjunct with Mercury and Rahu in your 11th house. So there, the first word of caution is that you have to be careful about the network circle. Be careful about your relationship with your elder sibling. So these things, have to be taken care of. How you communicate with your elder sibling, how you communicate within your network circle, how do people interpret what you're saying is very important. If something, if in a situation you can do without saying anything, I think that is better. Keep quiet and let things pass, right? So that is important. Redoing wealth or money investments is also something which is on the cards for you. So because if you see your second lord Mercury, and Mercury is in the 11th house of gains, so how you go about your monetary gains is something which you might redo in this coming month. So think of that and take care of your finances. Focus on your health, because see, sun is our ascendant lord, but sun is also the natural significator for our health. So take care of your health, take care of your immunity, right? That is very, very important. If you have any bone issues, if you have any digestive issues, or if in general your vitality, your immunity is low, this month you should be very, very careful. Maintain all the do's and don'ts which we are all following, and take care of your health. That is extremely important. The middle of the month will show you a lot of work issues, right? So a lot of things at work happening, and a lot of activity over there, right? At the same point in time, if you see, Mars is also moving from the 7th to the 8th house in your case. So it could happen that some amount of aggression is happening, or there's some expectation maybe from your spouse, or maybe from your spouse's family, your in-laws, which is maybe not met, or there is some issue there. So try to manage your expectations from your spouse, from your business partner also, because some amount of anger or aggression or temper issues can be seen here. So you need to see and be careful about your relationship with your spouse or your partner. Then moving on to the sign of Virgo. See, for Virgo, your ascendant lord Mercury is going to get retrograde by the middle of the month in your 10th house. So 10th house anyways has Sun and Rahu, and Mercury also steps in. So a lot of activity there at work. So there could be new beginnings, especially after the eclipse. So if there's anything which you are planning, I would suggest that wait out, let the eclipses go, and then start off with some new beginnings. A lot of negative energy will just go away, let it go, let it pass, and then look at some new beginnings. If you're looking at a new job or a new role, all this I think should wait for some time. So while this is happening now, before any negative energy clears up also, you will find that there's some unpleasantness, some challenging situations do come up. So you have to be mentally prepared for it. Be prepared, let the whole situation resolve itself. Do not use your communication, or do not misuse your words. Be very careful about how you're talking with your superiors at work also. That is something which could actually work to your disadvantage. So you have to be careful over there. With your neighbors also, with your siblings also, there could be chances that you get into some petty fights or small disagreements which become big in due time. So you have to be careful over there. Now whenever the ascendant lord is Mercury, Mercury is the planet of communication, of how we connect with other people. So the first thing which gets hit is usually the communication aspect. How are you communicating, how are you connecting with people? So that is what you have to be careful about. Look at planning something for your children's future, redoing options over there. If your children are looking at higher education, or if you're in that phase of life where you are planning children, planning progeny this year, this is a time for medical advice. Look around for good expert advice if in case there's any issue there or medically, right? If you are in a new relationship or a new marriage, there could be problems or some friction there, so you have to be prepared for that. Overall, the month is good in terms of work, but again, as I said, communication with your boss, with your superiors, is something which you have to be very, very careful about, because people could just become a little chary, when they see that stuff is happening but it's not happening their way, or they are not listening, they do not get to listen what they want. So that is something where you should learn managing the environment as well. So moving on to the next sign of Libra. For Libra, your ascendant lord or your Lagnesh is in the sign of Taurus, in its own sign, and currently in retrograde motion. Right, so this is something which you need to be careful about, because first of all, you need to take care of your health, and then second of all, take care of your relationship with your partner. So unpleasantness, digging out old issues, or maybe if you are in a new marriage or a new relationship. When I talk about a new relationship, this also includes a new business relationship which you would have formed very, very recently. So there could be issues there related to money also, which need attention, or maybe sometimes just need some mature handling. So that is something which you have to be careful about. There could be some friction, there could be some arguments with your spouse, so be very careful there. This is a temporary phase which will pass off, so you need not worry too much on that count. You need to maintain your composure whenever you are dealing with other people, whether it's your spouse or your business partner or your whatever other parties whom you are in any kind of a contract or an agreement with as well. So it's important to leave the history behind. I think whenever the Lagnesh is in the 8th house, it's looking at old issues, it's looking at history, whatever has gone by. So it's time to shed off the old and move on towards the new, move on towards new beginnings. This month is anyways seeing so many planets in retrograde motion. So anyways, lot of rethinking, realigning, redoing, remaking of things is in order. So make use of this time rather than living in the past, living in the history, right? So money decisions is something which you have to be very, very careful about. Do not make major money decisions in this month, because with the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse happening, there could be decisions which you might take up in haste without evaluating anything. You may not get time to study what you are getting into. So do not make hasty money decisions. It could harm you in the long run. Also, if you see, the eclipse is happening in your 9th house. Sun, Rahu and Mercury are there. I'm talking about the solar eclipse over here. So Sun, Rahu and Mercury are over there, and Sun is the significator of father as well. So there could be some impact with your relationship, on regarding your relationship with your father. So maybe there is a health issue which has cropped up, and you're not able to speak to your father the way you were earlier. He's in some issue, there is some health problem, or there could also be some amount of disagreement, some ideological clashes with your father or father like figure, or a guru or a teacher. So there are issues over there which are certainly there. I see that happening, which you may come across. There might be some hidden information which you may come across this month. So something which was hidden from you, something which you have not been party to, and now you discover things, and use them. So use these things to your advantage, right? The luck factor, the fortune is going to support you there. So those looking at getting married or getting into a new relationship, I think there should be some positivity there. So maybe things progress a little bit, and you move further up in your relationship. You look at formalizing your relationship as such. So moving on to the next sign of Scorpio. For Scorpio, if you see, the lunar eclipse is happening in the house of Scorpio, in the Rashi of Scorpio, in your first house. So be careful there. Your emotions need to be checked. Do not act without thinking. So think before you act, think twice before you act. That is very, very important. Do not lose your emotional balance. That is again very important. Take care of your father's health and your mother's health as well. Your own health needs to be carefully seen in the first half of the month. You have to be very careful over there. So also your Lagnesh, Mars is transiting this month. It is moving from the 4th house into the 12th house of Pisces for you. So you put in, there's a lot of energy here. Anyways, ascendant being Mars shows that there's a lot of energy in the person. So if Mars is properly placed in the chart, so there's a lot of positive energy, there's a lot of physical energy about you. And you might use this energy, you may like to use this energy to bring about changes or to realign things around your house. There could be a change of residence, there could be a change of houses. So some shifting might be involved somewhere. So you put in your energy in your house, in your children. So this entire month is about that, about domestic issues, sorting out domestic issues. And if you put in your energy there, I think that will be good. It'll be a good proper utilization of your energy, right? So that is something which I see for you. Those who are applying for higher studies, college studies, etc., if you're in that age bracket, I think this is a time to make important decisions regarding your career. There will be help from your father, there will be help from your from people around you. So this is a good month to go ahead for higher studies and do some action there. Then your partner's health is something which I feel that you need to be careful about. Retrograde Venus right there in its own sign, so there could be some issues related to your partner's health which you need to be careful about. Then if you see the solar eclipse also, it is happening in your 8th house, right? An eclipse, that means sudden changes or unexpected results, and that too in the 8th. 8th house, your partner's wealth, your inheritance, your a partner's money, all these things could get impacted. There could be, the whole month is something where you could avoid handling all this. So avoid handling your partner's money, avoid getting into long-term investments or things which are not known to you fully. So wherever you are familiar, wherever you can deal with issues, charter on to only explore territories. Don't go beyond what you don't know. At least this month is not a time for exploration. So focus is on basically family and children. So moving on to the next sign of Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, if you see in your Lagna itself, we have Jupiter, your Lagnesh is moving towards your Lagna. So by the 30th of June, it's going to be entering back into the sign of Sagittarius. Now Jupiter itself, now it's a huge planet, it's a benefic planet, and Jupiter, your Lagnesh, going here and there in terms of retrograde motion, moving to the second and then coming back to the first from the second. This movement here, you need to be careful about your health, you need to be careful about money. So two focus points for you, health and money, this entire month. So health, certainly by the next of the month, beginning of the month in July, anyways there's an eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius also. So little care over there has to be taken. This month you see a lunar eclipse in your 12th house in the sign of Scorpio. So you need to be a little careful about your expenditure. There could be medical expenditures which could come up your way. So be careful there. Take care of your health, and a lot of things get sorted out there, right? You need to maintain a good amount of motivation and courage also, and this is happening because Mars is there in your 3rd house, and it's going to be moving into your 4th house. So a lot of initiative and new steps, new routines, new beginnings is something which you might begin with a lot of bang, with a lot of vigor. But how are you going to carry on with this whole thing is something which you have to see. Do not overcommit and underdeliver, right? That is what my motto is. Never overcommit to anybody. So that is something which you should avoid. Though you may feel like taking on a lot of things on yourself, but are your energy levels up to it? Do you have time to manage all of it? Is something which you need to be careful about, right? Your partner's health is again something which I would suggest that you take care of, because the solar eclipse impacts the 7th house, Sun, Rahu and Mercury together. While this is happening, while you need to be careful about your partner's health, there could also be some chances of some conflict with other people. So it could be a conflict with your partner or with your business partner, or somebody who comes right in front of you and opposes you on something. There could be somebody who was hidden till now and now comes up in the front, openly opposing you. So be careful over there. Keep your communication, use your communication to come out of issues, right? That is my advice for you this entire month. Then moving on to the sign of Capricorn. For Capricorn, if you see the first house, your ascendant sees Saturn in retrograde motion, and Jupiter is leaving your first house, moving back into the 12th. Expenditure could rise. You might feel that yes, there was some expenditure which was pending, something which you wanted to spend on and not been able to do, and now you go about expenditures. So while all this is happening, be very, very careful and meticulous about how your money is flowing out of your pocket, right? There could be chances of impulsive spending which you have to avoid, right? Those who are undergoing any issues in marriage, or if there's a rough patch in your marriage, this is a time to be careful over there, right? So see how you want to go about your future. Take advice, take help from people, and only then take any major decision, right? So that is something which I would caution you against. Then on the 21st of June, we see an eclipse happening in the 6th house for you, with Sun, Rahu and Mercury together over there. So your health has to be taken care of. Any conflicts with your maternal side, with your mother's side of the family, if it comes up, you need to be careful there as well. So try to avoid any transactions only for the entire month. I think that will be better for your own peace of mind. So expenditures have to be seen. Your relationships with your colleagues also needs to be in check, right? So you could also have some issues, or some problems when it comes to your pets. So if you have pets at home, they might also be a cause of worry during this entire month. Then moving on to the sign of Aquarius. For Aquarius, see, Mars is there in your Lagna, and it's going to be moving out by the middle of the month into the next house of Pisces, your second house. You also have your ascendant lord, that is Saturn, in retrograde motion in the 12th house. The eclipse is happening in the 5th house, the solar eclipse. The lunar eclipse happens in the 10th house. There could be a change of job, there could be a loss of job, or some problems with regard to your job, some maybe a downgrading of pay, or some conflict with your employer. Be prepared to handle this situation, be prepared to prove your worthiness. So that is something which you have to do. Do not get into any kind of a impulsive decision, right? So Mars here could actually make you, it could trigger some impulsive action from your side. So don't make any go in for any action in haste, which will might harm you in the long run, right? How you talk, how you communicate at work is something which you have to be very, very, very careful about, right? So your words could be misinterpreted, misconstrued, and played up against you. So that is something which you have to take care of. On the children's side also, be a little careful. So your children's health could bother you this month. Your behavior of your children, your relationship with them could also bother you this month. So make sure that you spend enough time, and there's a lot of positivity flowing within your family, with your children. That is something which you should take care of this entire month. Then moving on to the 12th sign, or the last sign of the zodiac, which is Pisces. For Pisces, see, if you look at your planetary situation. Your ascendant lord Jupiter is going to be moving back into your 10th house by the end of the month. So that is like really end of the month, 30th of June, the last day of the month. And then we have Sun, Rahu and Mercury causing an eclipse in your 4th house. The lunar eclipse has its impact in the 9th house. So the first thing which comes to my mind as soon as I see this is your mother's health as well as your father's health. So if there's some issue which you're facing over there, if they have not been keeping well, I suggest you really take good care of them, get good medical help, and that is something which you will have to focus on this entire month. Long term money decisions is something which you have to be pending for some time. So look at the next month. Do not go ahead with a big money decision, with a big decision regarding your wealth, your investments. That is something which you have to be careful about. Take care of your domestic peace, domestic happiness. The eclipse happening over there right in the middle of the month almost, could bring in some friction, with your family members. There could be some, your house might demand your attention. So there could be some repair work, there could be some renovation which you might have to start, which you might have to look at. So expenditure could also be incurred on those issues. So be prepared for that. There could be, health wise, if we see, there could be issues related to your stomach. So be a little careful about what you eat and your digestive issues. So while the weather is changing and the environment in which we are in currently, the global scenario, I think eating, taking care of your health, taking care of your immunity is very, very important, and you really need to do that as well. Right, so before I go ahead, do not forget to subscribe and like to the channel. Give me a like if you have liked the content, or if you feel that all this is playing out with you. Do not forget to leave your comments in the comment section as well. So see you in my next video very soon. Till then, take care and God bless.